Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again. In the previous video, I have discussed how to detect a cycle in an undirected graph. So here in this video, I will talk about how to detect a cycle in a directed graph. So here is a graph you can see, it is a directed graph. So now we have to find is there any cycle present in this graph or not. By looking at the picture or the diagram, what we can see is there is a chance of finding any loop between 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5, 6. But if you look carefully, between 1, 2, 3, there is no loop because their direction is in different angle. For 4, 5, 6, it is forming a loop actually because their direction only says that. So we have to find that how to detect this cycle in this graph. Now to detect a cycle in this graph, we have to traverse this graph, right? To traverse this graph, we have two techniques, either like using BFS or DFS. So in this example, we will use DFS technique to find a cycle in this graph. Initially, all these nodes are not visited because we have not started traversing the graph. So suppose we are starting from this point, 0, and then as per DFS rule, we will visit this one, 0 to 1. And then any of their node like 2, 3 or 4 I can visit. Suppose I am visiting 2. Then after 2 can we go further? No, because 2 has no adjacent nodes. So now as 2 has no adjacent nodes, so that time we can say this 2 is completely processed. Means from 2 we can't go further. And if you check here 0 and 1 we just visited but not yet completed all the part of the work. So we have to remember three terms when actually we will calculate the loop thing. One is it is not visited. Suppose 4, 5, 6 is not yet visited. 0 and 1 is visited, but 2 is processed. So 1 is not visited, 1 is visited, and 1 is processed. Now if you check here, from 0, 1, 2, this is one DFS path. Similar way, when we will go for 3, from 3 we can't go to 2 because 2 is already traversed. So from 0 to 1 to 3 is also a DFS path. If we check for 4 now, from 0 to 1 to 4, and then 4 to 5 one path is going on, and from 5 to 6 one path is going on, and again this 6 is pointing to 4, which is a visited node but not a processed node. If you check here, 0, 1, 2 one path is there and 2 is processed, declared as. Next time when 0, 1, 3 I am thinking about, 3 is also pointing to 2, but 2 is processed. But here in this case, from 0 to 1 to 4 we went, then 4 to 5, 5 to 6, and 6 is pointing to 4. This 4 is a visited node. So if during doing a DFS, I find a node which is visited, that means a loop is there. Now we'll check how to detect that thing. We will take help of few sets, then it will be more clear. Now to complete this exercise, we will take help of few sets. First set is white set. So white set will help us to keep all the non-visited nodes. Then gray set. Gray set is used for keeping the visited nodes. And black set is for keeping the processed nodes. Initially, all these nodes are not visited. Means initially all these nodes will be in white set. Now, as we are starting from this point 0, so 0 we can say as visited. So we will move it to gray set and we will remove it from here. Now from 0 we are checking what are the adjacent nodes. So only adjacent node is 1 here. So we will visit 1. As we are visiting 1, that means 1 we have to move to gray set and we have to remove from here. Now we have to check what are the adjacent nodes for 1, 2, 3 and 4. So let's first pick the 2. So 2 we have to move to gray set and we have to remove from white set. Now from 2 where we can go? From 2 there is no adjacent nodes. That means 2 is now processed. So we will now move 2 to black set. So 2 will be moved to black set. Now we have to come back to 1. From 1, next node we can go is 3. So 3 will be in gray set and we will remove 3 from here. Now from 3 can we go anywhere? We can go to 2, but 2 is already present in black set. That means we will not consider it. Okay. Now we have to check, as we can't go from 3, so 3 we can mark it as processed and we can remove from here. Next, so 2 is done, 3 is done. So next we can go to 4 and we can move 4 to gray set and remove from here. So from 4, where we can go? We can go to 5. So 5 will be marked as visited and it will move to gray set and we will remove 5 from here. And same way from 5 we can go to 6. So 6 will be moved to gray set and we will remove 6 from white set. Now from 6, where we can go? From 6 we can go to 4. But we have to check, is 4 not visited or is it processed? No. 4 is present in gray set. So here we can see 4 is present in gray set. So that is the problem. If 4 is present in gray set, which I am going to visit, that means obviously one loop is there. Because from 4 to 5 to 6, one DFS is going on. So in between 6, if again coming back to 4, that means there must be one loop is present. Suppose this edge is not present, then 6 will not find any new adjacent nodes and 6 will be marked as processed and it will be finished there. But as 6 is pointing to 4 and 4 is just a visited node, not a processed or a not visited node, that means obviously one loop is there. That's why it is again pointing to 4. Now before moving to the coding part, few things to talk. If there is no loop in this graph, then what will happen? The ideal condition is all element in white set at last will move to the black set. That is the ideal situation. As loop is there, that's why we can't see like each and every white set element is moving to the black set. Next thing to consider here is we know now that the loop is there, but how to determine like which of the nodes are forming the loop. So here if you see at 4 actually we got stuck, right? Because 6 next node was 4 and that we found out at gray set. So after 4 whatever elements are there, 5 and 6 all together will form the loop here basically. 4, 5 and 6 if you see here they are forming the loop. Last thing to talk about here is instead of taking a white set, gray set or black set, we can take one array of length of number of nodes also. Okay. And initially instead of making them white set, gray set or black set, we can denote them as some number like white means 0, gray means 1 and black means 2. And initially we can make everything as 0. And whenever we are proceeding or doing some stuff, according to that we can update the value to 1, 1 or 2. And by taking help of this array also we can solve this problem. But as per the coding we will use the white set, gray set and black set concept only. Now let's start with the coding part. So here if you check, I have defined one graph here. Okay, inside a class called detect cycle in a directed graph. So this is just a definition of the graph. Number of vertices adjacency list is maintained there. And the number of nodes will be 7. Whatever graph I have shown in the example, same graph I am taking here and I am adding the edges. Okay. Then I am calling this is cycle is present method. Okay. So now our work will be to fill this method actually. So to just quickly start, I just define the 3 sets. So set 1, set 2, set 3 like white set, gray set and black set. And initially fill the white set with the all the nodes. Okay. So as we have nodes from 0 to v number of nodes. So I filled up with the all the nodes. Now what we have to do is we have to process this, right? So we have to process this until this white set will become empty. So if we consider here white set dot is empty, if it is not equal to empty, then you have to proceed. And first you have to check what is our current node. So our current node will be white set uh, dot iterator dot next. So from the set actually we are getting the first element. Okay, so from there we start the DFS part. So we have to call the DFS function. So I have to write the DFS function. So just as of now right here, and we will pass the current node, which will be current, and then we have to pass all these three set, which is white set. I will use recursion here. That's why I'm writing in this way: gray set and black set, and we have to pass the uh, graph also along with this. If it is successful, then we will return true. So when below part of the code I will write, it will be more uh, easy to understand, or else we'll return the false. So now we will define the method called DFS. So this method body we have to write now. So first, our first job is, as from white set we are picking one vertex and we will start processing it. That means we have to first mark it as visited. That means from our white set we have to move it to the gray set, right? So for that purpose we can define some method which will do this job for us, because later on we have to move from gray to black also, right? So one common method like move vertex to different set, we can say. So as of now we have to move the current element like from white set to gray set, right? So we will define that method here. So it will be take the current element, then the source to destination. So we have to remove it from source and add it to the destination, right? Now for this current vertex, I have to check what are the adjacency adjacent nodes for that. So like graph dot adjacency list of this current, if I do, then we'll get all the adjacency nodes of this current node. So one by one we have to process them. So we got our first element. So first we will check if this element belongs to black set or not. So if this element is present in black set, means black set dot contains this vertex, then we don't have to do anything, we can continue, right? If it is found in gray set, then that time we have to return true, because loop is detected. So we have to mention as vertex. So if we find that this is present in the gray set, that means obviously loop is there. Or else what we can do, we can move this DFS further, means we can process the next node and call the same DFS function, but this time our current will be this node vertex, and we have to pass all these sets: white set, then gray set, then we have black set, and the graph also, and we have to return true if this DFS is returning true. Now when actually we are end of something, means suppose from we have three nodes, one is connected to two is connected to three. So when we reach to three, that time we have no adjacent nodes present. So it will not enter in this loop itself, because no adjacent nodes are present. So that time we can mark it as processed. So what we can do in this case is we can mark it as processed. So it will be our gray set and this will be our black set. Okay, and that time we can return as false. Okay, means we can't go further. So now think it is already done. So now we can run this program to check. So if we run this program, yes, so what we can see is the graph content cycle is true. So for testing purpose, what we can do is from 6 it is pointing to 4, that node if we remove, then our loop will not be present, right? So that scenario we can test. Yes, now the graph content cycle equal to false it is saying, means it is not there. One more thing we can do is to detect like from which point it is started. So here we can put one print statement and check that one. So if we run it here, so it is detecting 4 because from 6 when we were pointing to 4, that 4 we found in a gray set. So from 4, 5, 6 we can get the loop part. Okay. So this is all about this finding a like loop in a directed graph, and I will share this code also. Thanks for watching.